Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to the Champions Esports series. I am back. It's Mr. Alex Bagnall here with you from the Driveline team. And we are here for Season 2, round number 10. It's hotting up in the Championship. Like, as I've seen, it's been very, very close, so it's been good to follow. And as we're heading to Las Vegas, it's always a creative and fun track to race and battle. And, yeah, I'd say it's less skill on this track and more where you are, luck, and a bit of DRS train. But yeah, I think it's going to make it very interesting to head into the race. But anyways, chaps, I will head to the track map in a moment, and let's have a look through the fantastic calendar first of all before I head to the track map. So here we go. We're at the round 10 mark, so we've only got 2 more to go, and then we head to Brazil and Saudi Arabia to round out the championship. And yeah, it's going to be a very interesting one heading to Brazil, because obviously it's quite. I do like Brazil. It's one of my favourite tracks to commentate. To be honest, if it's a good race in Brazil, you know, it always cooks, especially a bit of wet weather in there. I think obviously I was taking a bit of a change with the F1 game, not cooking as much for action. Everything's getting so close now as it's coming to the end. But yeah, anyway, the standings as it stands after round 9 of Hungary, 406 points is the leaders. TS, Thomas Ensign Racing. Then in P2, SCI, Jesus Seeded Igniters on 404 points. Is 2 points separating them. It is very, very, very close. If anything can change today, no championship's still going to be won yet, and we've got time to narrate the ending of this fantastic championship duel between 2 great teams. Ventura just slightly out of it on 347 points in P3 in the championship. Then it goes Tatum Race Tech, FVR, RSC, ET8 on IBI, Esports, Team, OMB, then Azure, then IRT at the bottom of the championship. But yeah, it's been very close. In the midfield also, it's quite close. You've got 260 points for TRT, 241 points for FVR, then RSC on 200 points. But yeah, the main fight is obviously Tess with 406 points. Zeus Igniters on 404 points. It is close, my friends. It is very, very close as we head into a very RNG type of track in Las Vegas. And yeah, I guess let's head to the pre-race info then at Las Vegas. And a great track for it, 6.12 kilometers, 3.8 miles, 17 turns in total, and iconic corners all around. You've got the Sphere, then Palazzo. You've got the lot. You've got the monorail heading over. I think that's turn number 9. Then you head down the Las Vegas Strip, the Boulevard. You see the Mirage, Treasure Island. Paris section, Caesar's Palace, the Bellagio Fountains, Cosmopolitan. And then you head down the Harmon Avenue and head for another lap. It's always unique as well when you've got a full grid, because it also bends around the back of the final corner at turn 17. So it does make it definitely very interesting. And yeah, we'll head to qualifying in a few moments' time. So quickly head to just my camera single for you. And I'll just have a look where we're at in terms of lobby, as we are in qualifying and getting ready for some action, as we'll head over there in a moment's time. Everyone on our laps at the moment. We've got 17 drivers out on track, as we'll head to the race view to have a look at the on-track action. And here for the 10th time this season, and first out on track, one of the first out on track is Alex Osenas, I think that's how I pronounce it. Just heading across the line for his first lap. I think we have a we'll go to Casper Flack then, just ahead as he heads through turn number 1, 2, long right-hander all the way down to turn number 4. Then now down Coval Lane into Caesar's Forum at turn number 5, and you slam on the brakes, close the DRS flap, and get around turn number 5. Very, very close to the wall on the exit. Look pretty nice through there. Down Welchester's Drive into the Sphere. Chicane, very tricky one. I've never got along with them 2 corners right there. Very tricky to get right. A bit of a wobble on the entry to the turn 9 elevated monorail section. Then as we head back, slight uphill to down Sands Avenue, around turn 11 and into turn number 12. Nicely on the brakes, flies over the curb as he gets his foot flat to the floor as we head for a long iconic trip down the Las Vegas Boulevard, down the strip of Las Vegas. And Casper Flack looking to get a good banker lap in here in qualifying. The 14.4 is currently on the board at the moment as we head all the way down turn number 14 into the Cosmopolitan area. Heavy on the brakes and very tight to the inside of turn number 15. As tight as you possibly can and leads you nicely out to turn number 16. As we head now to the line, should be flat out from here around turn number 17. And to the line we go with Casper Flack. And that's an important time for SCI. It's a 29.8. It's a good way to start qualifying for them. But Alex O'Sennis beats it with 29.805. It's going to be a very, very close qualifying as we'll head to the Red Bulls of the FBI team. Actually, Gabriel Quintino's on lap heading into turn number 1. This is one going to be one to watch, that's for certain. Is he on a... I think he actually invalidated his time as he's got no battery. Interesting one for him. As we'll head to the test car of Dennis Kamensky as he comes across the line, does a 29.8. Further back from that, we've got the 2 Red Bulls, and then Michel Kuzela, I'm going to say, does 29.7. So Alan Beeder's time is the one to beat at the moment. As Neo Staines comes across the line, a 30.1 for himself. His teammate Blue Star is coming across the line now. As he heads into turn 14, 15 and 16. Looks quite slow and not aligned, so yeah, he's going to have to go again. Same with Gabriel Quintino. So is Drastic Blaze. There we go, first time's done in qualifying. And Zalem Bieder is the man to beat at the moment on a 29.523. And for TRT, it's looking pretty promising so far in the qualifying session. But the ones to look at really, Gabriel Quintino and Casper Flack, they need to get out there and beat the likes of Thomas Eto'Elia in P5 at the moment, and his teammate Dennis Kamensky in P9. But so far, it's looking close like it always has in CES, and a close competition is what we love to see. But at the moment, first lap's done in qualifying, a strong opener from Zalem Bieder, and let's wait and see who can come out on top today. But yeah, important bank laps in so far. I think Gabriel Quintino is going to be on the back foot due to that invalidation on his first lap. I'm pretty sure it was an invalidation. Could have just made a mistake and backed out, if I'm not mistaken. But into the pit lane everybody comes, and everyone will return. Is at the back. We've got a bit of traffic heading in that middle sector with Blue Star behind, heading down Las Vegas Strip yet to get a solid time on the board. His teammates on a 30.1. And got a yellow flag in this final sector as turning 6th gear and heading back to the pit lane. But still, Pascal Gill, then it goes Abdullah Bulak, who's next in the pit lane with Lawrence Patton as well, just behind as they're going side by side to pit. I'm not sure what they're doing, but anyway, coming to the pit lane, nice and safe flip, and I'm sure we'll get racing. With 11 minutes to go on the clock. 2 points separating the championship at the moment here in season 2, and definitely not the end of the narrative today. Straight out the pit lane. Is that Gabriel Quintino? It is coming out of the pit lane straight away. 11 minutes to go. Needs a lap time on the board. I think he knows the importance of this lap. It'd be huge for the team to win this championship. And they've got 2 more rounds after this one. Try and get themselves ahead of Thomas Eto'Elia and Dennis Kamensky's team of Hess. So let's wait and see. Gabriel Quintino can do, but it's all about these next few laps for himself. Needs to get a banker lap. It's so important now. So he has that delta time and something to work off, and so he's not putting pressure on himself near the end of qualifying. There's no taps the wall there on the inside of turn number 9 there. He needs to watch where he's going. Doesn't want to get a broken front wing. He'll be poor to do that so early in qualifying. And heading now up to turn number 12 at Sands Avenue. But it's Quintino under pressure after not getting that banker lap in. Not a bad lap from both the test guys. I mean, they've both got laps on the board. 3 tenths off the pace is Kamensky. 2 tenths off the pace is Thomas Eto'Elia, but you don't want to be making yourself the hero on the first lap in qualifying. That's not how it works. You want to ramp up with everybody else, see the pace, see what the standards are, and work from that. But they've got the bank collapse in, and Tess looking strong, trying to extend their championship lead. There's Quintino. Heads across the line then, and we're right on board as we fly up to turn number 1. And heavy on the brakes, down to 3rd gear, throws the car in and tries to get on the power as soon as he possibly can on the exit. Gonna ride in 5th gear on the power as we shift up, as we head down to turn number 16 and down Harman Avenue. Decent first opening few corners. Cannot push this next section. Quite tricky with the track limits if you go over the curb at the Sphere chicane. As we fly down the gears, nicely on the curb on the inside of both corners. That hits the apex mainly of turn number 8 as we head into turn number 9 and tags a bit of curb with the in front left. But overall, pretty positive first stint of qualifying if he does get this lap time nicely into the top 10 at least. A tiny bit deep into turn number 12, has to rescue it on the exit and stay off the power for a tiny bit longer, but all these things add up. As we head down the strip around turn number 13, flat to the floor, down to turn number 14, got a weaving Mercedes ahead of, I believe, that is Lawrence Patton. And nicely on the brakes around the 75 metre mark. And nicely over the curb as well on the inside of turn number 15. As we head to the line then for Quintino. Should be his first lap on the board. What is it going to be? Drain on the back to the line. He's got to come into the pit lane. They turned a bit too early. Coming across the line, it's 29.9. So not as clean as I may have thought there. A few little mistakes, and that definitely adds up in these high ranks of esports racing. Quintino only a 29.953. A lot of time to go off that, and needs to work on that. And his teammate Casper Flack only a few places up in P9 and 29.8. Going to be a long race if they cannot find better times than this. Neo Staines comes across the line and puts him up to P4. Lawrence Patton is improving by 44 milliseconds in that first sector. What about the next two? Slams into the wall is Haas ahead of him. I think that is Neo Staines. It's not, sorry, it is Blue Star on a 34.5 at the moment. But heading all the way up to turn number 12, Lawrence Patton turns it a bit too early. The rear's flying away from him as the Haas doesn't get out of the way. So pretty late on the lap and loses 7 tenths of a second because of that, and will not improve on this lap. Let's head to the title challengers then. Tomasetto Alea improving by just under a tenth in that first sector. Crucial margins here in qualifying for Las Vegas Grand Prix in season 2 of the Champions Esports Series. Tomasetto Alea improving in the first sector. Can he put a shot out for himself to gain on and get himself on pole position? Would be absolutely fantastic for him to do so as he fly past the Venetian and into turn number 12. So far, so good for Tomasetto Alea. He's a 10.5 up in the first 2 sectors. If he kind of extract another 10th in the final sector, this could be crucial for him to try and, extend the lead for Tess in that championship. As Alea heads all the way down to turn number 14. And nice sit on the brakes, throws the car and misses the curb on the inside, but gets to the power earlier for the curb at turn number 15. Tomasetto Alea heads towards the line now. Can he put on a threat for pole position or the front 2 rows? He's currently in P6 on 29.7. Where can he put the test? Onto the second row, improving by just under a 10.5 on a 129.636. It's an important P3 for the team, and that's a way to put yourself under less pressure going into the end of qualifying. 29.6 to beat then for the SCI team. As Casper Flack, I believe, is on a lap as well. He's heading through the first sector at the moment. Let's see if he can improve. It would be so important for SCI to get at least one car into that top 5 and with contention to win the race if anything happens to the cars in front. Flack throws it in to turn number 5, improving by just over half tenth in the first sector, and needs to extract more time in this middle sector, most important sector, I'd say, on the track on his next 6.2 kilometre tour of the circuit. As we fly down Sands Avenue and up to turn number 12. Black needs this lap on the X. Oh, he's took way too much curve there at turn number 12. That's the invalidation for Flack. It was improved by 10.5. That could have put him up to around the top 5 and challenging with Tomasetto earlier, and that is a really, really important lap disqualification, lap invalidation. Bensky on the other hand, down at turn number 1. Can he improve on his next lap in qualifying, close himself up to his teammate Tomasetto earlier? I mean, these are very fine margins in the championship. 2 points separates the teams, and the championship is so close, so tight. And Kamensky needs to put a good lap on the board for his team. Is he improving the first sector? He is not. He's actually 200th down. There's definitely fine margins though. What about the middle sector as he makes his way down to turn number 9? Nicely rotated there. Nice and smooth on the power 2 on the exit of 9. And now past 11, flat out of course, into 12. Important corner. Cannot cut it too much. Nicely down to 3rd. Nice little width given there. And on the power, just not good enough so far. 10.5 down on his previous lap time. And Kamensky not looking like he's going to improve either. A poor opening qualifying for this man, Gabriel Quintino. But is he going to go again on this lap? He's looking pretty quick so far. Let's see what he's done in the first sector, or if he is going to race back to the pit lane, come out with the rest of the pack. As he heads around turn number 5. He's actually improved by a quarter of a tenth as we head into the sphere chicane. And at turn number 9, throws the car in. And we'll be deploying down this back. Would say straight, bendy straight, but full throttle throughout. Up to turn number 12. Nicely over the curve. It's got to be very tight margins there for Quintino. He's definitely pushing on this lap. And a 10th up so far. Needs a bit more time than that. Needs at least the top 10. Get himself past Dennis Kamensky. Out there at the minute, it's looking like a battle between Kasper Flack, Tomasetto Elia, Kamensky and Quintino. But Flack at the moment with that last mistake in qualifying with that invalidation, that could put that under threat. And at the moment, Tomasetto Elia looking close. I think a bit of contact with both walls there on the inside of turn number 15 and on the outside of turn number 16. But Quintino comes to line. This could be important with 2 minutes to go in qualifying. Where can he put himself? Up to P2, onto the front row. Gabriel Quintino, huge lap time there. Nearly takes a provisional pole from Zalambida onto the provisional front row. That's huge for SCI right there. And needed that lap time. It was strong in the first 2 sectors, but the final sector must have made a mistake on his previous laps. Maybe ran out of battery. And Quintino knew he had it in him. Went early. And magnificent work for the SCI driver. That could really keep the hopes alive of the championship. Was definitely not over yet. 3 races to go. And Quintino is so close at the top. 8,000th. Zalambida's first time in qualifying. And what a way to do it for Quintino. Can he do it? Can he go again, or is he going to come into the pit lane and call it? I think it's going to be a second option on that one. But Quintino onto the provisional front row. And SCI's hopes of taking that championship lead is still well and truly there. But tests are going to be able to respond. Oliver Knott is on his lap in qualifying, sliding his way through turn number 3. And heading on his way through the first sector. And nicely so far down to turn number 5. And Oliver Knott get himself ahead of the SCI driver of Gabriel Quintino. At the moment, already on course to do so. Half a tenth up in that first sector, cutting it very fine margins at the chicane at 7 and 8. Into turn number 9, throws the car in. And it sticks on the rear. It's looking very comfortable for Oliver Knott. Let's see at this next main braking zone at turn number 12. Very tricky with track limits. If you do push a bit too hard, that could be a lap over. Definitely a corner to be stressed about. Very nice margins for Oliver Knott. Over the curb at turn number 12 is improving by a tenth and a bit in the first 2 sectors. This could be provisional pole for Oliver Knott. No mistakes in the final sector. All the way down the Las Vegas Boulevard. Down the strip we go. With the VMT driver of Oliver Knott on track, on course to take provisional pole position at the end of the qualifying session. Dalembida is going to respond. Thomas Kokene is going to respond. Thomas Etolia. Neo Staines gets a 5-place grid penalty. Not sure what's happened to him. Further back on his lap. But here comes Oliver Knott for Venturi Esports. Across the line we go with the Ferrari. Doesn't improve and loses it in the final sector. Only improves by 200th of a second. Thomas Kokene isn't improving even on his lap. Thomas Etolia is improving by a 10th of a minute in the first 2 sectors. Can he take provisional pole and get himself above the SCI Championship challengers of Gabriel Quintino? As we head to the line with Thomas Etolia, Michael Cazella puts himself on provisional pole. Thomas Etolia puts himself on provisional pole. Huge lap from himself. Gets him up there for the test team. Who's going to be next to cross slam? Have to look back at the other championship challengers of Kamensky and Asper Flack, who isn't out, is out of the session, sorry, and won't improve from P10. Can Kamensky improve or further? Dalembida cannot improve either. Lawrence Patton, he's coming across the line, doesn't improve from his position as well. He's invalidated his lap time. Neo Staines also with that penalty doesn't improve. It does happen to him, so it will be Kamensky next across the line from P12 as Alex Bagnall puts himself ahead. Can he go into the top 5? He can go into P5. Important position for the test driver. Out qualifies Casper Flack by a mile and puts himself into P5. But a huge qualifying here for Tess. A 29.4 qualifying time, and that is set by Thomas Etolia with a 29.4. And magnificent work. Michael Cazella also for FVR puts himself into P2 on the front row. Strong qualifying for himself. And Dalembida didn't improve from his first time in qualifying on 29.5. And stays in P3. It's Gabriel Quintino in P4. Important race for himself. Dennis Kamensky in P5. And there we go. Thomas Etolia, your pole sitter for Las Vegas Grand Prix. It's Season 2, Round 10. There we go then, folks. There is qualifying over for round number 10. Thomas Etolia takes pole position by just under half 10 for a second to Michael Cazella. Or Mikhail Cazella, I think it is, anyway. Dalembida in P3, Gabriel Quintino in P4, Dennis Kamensky, then Oliver Knott, Thomas Kokene, then Lawrence Patton, Neo Staines, Ben Hubit, the top 10. Casper Flack doesn't get into that top 10. And important for SCI, who was coming into this round 2 points behind Tess. And the need to really try and at least stay on par with them in this race. But long way to go from P12. As I'm pretty sure it may have a restart as well. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. And if we do go racing from the start, but I'll just check because I don't want to go to intermission and then we don't have a restart because I'm pretty sure someone did get a 5-place grid penalty as well. As I'm pretty sure something happened in qualifying as well with Blue Star, or Casper Flack might have had qualifying bad, if I'm not mistaken. Just confirm there will be a new lobby as well. As yeah, everyone leaving the session. So we'll head to intermission screen in a few moments' time as his little jokey race that we always love and see for everyone out of the session. So yeah, head to intermission, and I will be back with you when we get a lobby underway once again and for the race. But that's for now. See you in the race in about 5 minutes. Cheers. Right, chaps, lobby is getting done. I've got myself a bottle of water, so we're ready to absolutely rock and roll. As it's crisp. Right. Anyway, just let's have a look at chat as well, see how you all are. Ben, Ethan, nice to see you, my friend. Blue Sty's looking strong. Yeah, he did look very strong, didn't he? In terms of lag. Standings, 2 points to test our top from SCI. It is very, very close. And Vegas always delivers. What is a safety car set to? I can check that for you. Have a look. Rules and flags. Safety car is on reduced. I'm expecting one of them. Yeah, Blue Star is looking in the strongest form I've ever seen come to F1 League Racing. What a performer we might have on our hands. No sarcasm at all, to be quite frankly honest. But, right, let me just check where we're at in terms of lobby. Are we getting in or not? I've only got one monitor, so back and forth all the time isn't great. Right, everyone's in, so we're probably just doing the grid and we'll get ready to rock and roll. But yeah, a reminder of the lineups as well. ETA is in the McLaren, VNT in the Ferrari, FVR in the Red Bull, TRT in the Mercedes, DES in the Aston Martin, SCI in the Alpine, then it's AZR in Haas, RSC in VCarb, IRT in Williams, and ONB in the Kick Sauber. You've all had a splendid day as well, guys, to be honest. I love the Tuesday 10th. Is it Pancake Day? No, it was last week, wasn't it? I don't know. I didn't do it anyway. I feel like a pancake as well, so quite gutted I missed out there. Only the best chats when you've got me on commentary. Most important topics come up. On a real low, this should be interesting in terms of championship standings. I'll run you through that as well now. S on 406 points. Thomas Eng Sim Racing. Then it's Suzuki Igniters on 404 points. Then Venturi on 347 points. A bit far behind. I don't think they've got a shot really. Well, I don't think they have mathematically. But anyway, yeah, it is very close. SCI gained 9 points in the last event out in Hungary. And now it is heating up heading into this race, and Liverpool qualifying one of the SCI drivers opens up a door for Tess to regain an arm on that championship trophy. What's your favourite day of the week? It's a good question, to be honest, because I work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so you know the obvious ones are like Friday and Saturday, but for me it's not really. I think Sunday's a good day for me. Day of rest. The only thing is shops close sooner, so you can't really do out. But I do like Sunday race day as well on Sundays when it is racing. Wednesdays are strong. I always have a decent Wednesday. Don't know actually. I think it changed. I think it always depends on what plans you got in it. If you haven't got any plans on your day off, then it's quite boring, isn't it? But yeah, I think it always changes week on week. I think this week my favourite day was, well, in the past week, I think my favourite day was Sunday. I had a good day on Sunday. Yeah. No, I think Sunday's strong for me. Saturday I'm working in it, so it's ruins it a bit. I used to love a Saturday, but not anymore. That lets it down. I don't know. I'm still talking about this, to be honest, because I don't know. I don't know the answer then. I mean Husky, whoever Ben is. Right, I don't know how long taking to do it grid like, but taking the time. So we'll let them do what they want to do. And any more questions, just pop them in and we'll have a good time. I know Ethan was in here earlier. I don't know if he's still here. I haven't spoke to him in a while. I don't. Yeah, but darts this Saturday. That's true. It is true. That is true. Might change things this week. Can't wait to throw some arrows, to be honest. I've been rapidly improving on my doubles. I have. This is true. The soundtrack in the background is still not on, so I'm going to just sort that out. So give us a sec here. That might be too loud, so I'm just going to put it on quite quiet there. Just... You might be able to hear a little background music. If you can, give us a thumbs up in chat or something, and if it's too loud, then just let us know, and we'll sort that out. Right, we're loading in. I was scared that I was going to miss the race start or something stupid. Right, are we still going out? Right, Ben, we don't need to do this over stream. We can VC after this event, and then we can talk about these things. And no, me and Husky are not dating. That's why he's not pulled that. He's just very single. And he wants to go to the Weatherspoons. Cheers. I feel like it'd be very boring though, wouldn't it? But I feel like it'd just be like a bad scene. Everyone's just like, oh, relationships and that. Sad way to live. I just sat there on the pictures in spoons. I mean, it don't really go the same. Right, anyway, when the race does start, we'll get some proper commentary for you. Can't be calling me out like that. What do you mean? Saying like we're dating or something. Stuff out on Valentine's Day. Get me out. The 33 views here must be enthralled by this this drama anyway. Alright, the commentary's gonna cook. Thirsty me. I had a 8 Nando's today. Well, nice. Great chaps and chapettes. The grid has been formed. I'm gonna have a look if anyone's been like disqualified or anything. We've got R20 drivers as well, so I think we did have some qualifying bans. So Ryan Modler's at the back. Thoughts on Jolyon Lescott? I don't know what to say to that. Don't know what to say to that, to be honest. I don't wanna hold you, need you. Don't let the sun go down on me. It's a great tune. Let you all know. Great. Come on, guys. Let's get ready up and ready to go. Goodbye. Thoughts on Jolyon Lescott? Evening. Good evening, Zach. Good to see you, my friend. How are you? Right, we're just getting into the race anyway. So yeah, good evening to yourself. Hope you enjoy the race. Hope we have some good racing action in Vegas on the Cup. Yeah, my chair's being funny, but I'm not finding it very funny. I'm not laughing. And we should hear the beeps in a minute. Well, I don't hear the beeps. I'll just say it because that's what Ben always says when I'm with him. Here we go then, folks, for round number 10 here at Las Vegas. As we head to 5 red lights. And the silence breaks, and the battle begins as we get off the line. Great start from Thomas Etowalaya. Can he get the jump on Mikhail Kozeli? He absolutely can. Down to turn and 1. Important start for Tess as we fly round the long swooping corners of turn 1, 2, 3, and up to 5. And it's close with Michael Kozela. Got a really, really strong turn number 4 there on the exit. Flies down to turn number 5, but the inside line goes to the test driver and the test man of Thomas Etowalaya, who takes the race lead on lap number 1 and keeps the race lead. We have a virtual safety car. What's going on at the back? It is Blue Star. Wow. Who would have thought? Gonna pack it up. He's gonna retire. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that would happen? Because I did. I mean, I didn't, and I'd never think that. Anyway, chaps, Thomas Etowalaya is your race leader in the first sector, and we'll see if that changes as we make our way onto the strip. But nice clean race start from the top 10. And as we make our way around turn number 12, I think we're going to go green. I had hope from Blue Star to win. Smart choice from Blue Star. Yeah, I think it is as well. I think it's a smart choice. I think there's been an interesting chat going on in their server. But anyway, we're getting green once again. We should be anyways. We're going pretty flat out down here. So when are we going to go green? As these guys are going to be caught speeding if not. Hence the breaking of turn number 14. Sorry. Still not going green. When are we going to go green? Hello? Are we green? It's just not told me. Green. Green for growth. Any chance here, green? There we go. We go green once again on that number 2. Right. Anyway, we've got 2 pitters of Alex O'Senna's. O'Shenna's? I don't know how to pronounce his name. It's confusing me. And Casper Flack is in for the early stop. That's an interesting, that's an important one in terms of the championship. As we look further back in the midfield pack, that is Bars. Lawrence Patton and Tahubi fighting out there as we head into turn number 5. Down the inside goes, that is Tahubi once again trying to fight this one with Lawrence Patton in TRT. There's an important move ahead. We'll have to quickly look at that one. That is Dennis Kamensky on Oliver Knotts looking to gain another place. And it's close between the pairing, but at the moment not close enough. And Ben's putting odds in the chat. He says 5-1 Oliver not to win. We are not a betting association, and your money will not be taken. Well, I'd take them odds, as you never know what's going to happen at Vegas. But anyway, as we head on the exit of turn number 12, in the slipstream is Dennis Kamensky, but his long DRS train isn't going to help him, as Oliver Knott's going to be able to close into Gabriel Quintino. It will be another important move, really, for Dennis Kamensky, who actually... Smart move for him putting pressure on Oliver Knott. This might force himself to go for a move on Gabriel Quintino, and that could be important for Kamensky to really get through, as there's a little switchback. Great exit there over the curb from Oliver Knott. A bit of lag there between myself and him. But as we head down to turn number 1 once again, Oliver Knott very, very close to the rear of the SCI driver, who needs every point he can extract from this Grand Prix. A long route round the outside. Can Kamensky find the line to also try and join in this battle? He's got the inside line for the next corner. Absolutely brilliant move from Oliver Knott. And on the exit, Dennis Kamensky is looking to make a move as well, and looking to pounce on the SCI driver of Quintino. His inside line for Quintino. Kamensky on the outside line at turn number 5. Extra grip on the medium compound tyres compared to the hards. That's another move made very nearly into the barriers for the pairing. There goes Tamas Kokeni, also capitalising on that, and wow, that was close, and that was nearly into the wall, and that was nearly SCI's hopes of the championship thrown in the bin after this race. But stays on it. He's on the harder compound tyres. Quick look at the tyre strategies too. It is Tamas Kokeni on the hards as well, so them two will be in fighting mode at this phase of the race in their first stint. And at the moment, I just all start to relax from now. Everyone in DRS all the way down to Pascal Gill. Then behind that, Alex O'Senna's and Casper Flack have pitted. But here we go again. Tamas Kokeni and Dennis Kamensky fighting side by side. Dennis Kamensky gets through. And what's happened? They've got a yellow flag. Who's gone round? Lucas SL has gone round. As we head further back, see if we can catch that. As what's happened further up the order. Surely, is it going to be a safety car? We've got a backwards goal, and that's Lucas SL in plums, and that's his race over. Tyres off and all sorts. We've got a safety car, folks. We've got a safety car. Gotta be a safety car, innit? Got to be a safe car. Lucas SL out a race, to be honest, and that's him absolutely in plums. And fair play to him. What's happened with him? Neo Stain's also retiring in pit lane. There's oh, the sphere looks cute, doesn't it? Have a look at that. It's got his helmet on. I never noticed it had that on game. I like that. For me, eh? The only good thing they've done on this game. Anyway, Thomas Etolaya still leading out front. Anyway, I'll have a quick look on strategy. And back markers are P now on. at P1 now because they get to pit. That is very true. That is very, very true. Tahubit, Abdullah Boulaish, I know it is, but ignore me. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely spot on. That is Grund in chat, Grahund or whatever. You are absolutely the main man to absolutely speak up there because I wouldn't notice that. I would have done eventually, but it took me time. Tahubit is now the net race leader, and now Abdullah Boulaish also down Ryan Modler, Joaquin Wigley. Joaquin. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that is right, isn't it? Wigley. Then Drastic Blaze. That's the right name. That's like that mob on Minecraft. Alex Osena's already pitted on lap 1 when Casper Flack and Danny Coe. Huge for Casper Flack. He could get himself back in this race. And now the lead pack needs hope. Well, they need to try and break away from the guys in P. Yeah, Ben's just put that there. Leads pack has to hope the break away. Not going to be easy, though. I don't think they will. Now, in trouble is Tess. Now, I think the SCI driver of Gabriel Quintino might want to come into pit. It might be worth the risk for the team. And join the back of the pack, try and fight his way through. And yeah, this is going to make it interesting now. Hey up, Maximilian, mate. How are you, my friend? We are absolutely R8. We've got a safety car on lap 5. We've already had a VSC. And at the moment, we're just talking strategies. Ted's tyre talk, Alex's tyre talk, whatever you want to say. Tahubit, downwards, have been able to stop in the safety car. Apart from Alex Osena's, who stopped early on in the race. And the top 9 haven't pitted and stayed out because they didn't really get a chance as it was all coming down past the final corner and didn't have a chance to come into the pit lane. So that could be the race on its head when pit stops do open. There's only 20 laps to go in this race and not a long race due to a long track. And this could be a turning point for SCI as Aniko has been able to get back in the lobby. He's 30 seconds back and needs to put his foot down and catch up the back of the pack. So we can go green again. What's happened there? We've got a migrating host. Neo Staines has gone. He's out the race though, so we'll have a look if anything's happened in the server. I don't think it is. There isn't a restart, is there? It's in the chat. It's all picking off a bit. What's going on, guys? It's all gone a bit wrong. Everyone is retiring from the race. It's all going wrong. We're actually restarting, aren't we? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. To be honest, I'm in disbelief. And I'm not in disbelief, Austin, but... I mean... We've restarted after lap 5. The race should be halfway done, to be honest, right now. What has happened? I'm going to have to find out because I genuinely don't know what happened there. Unless Neo Staines straight line somebody. I don't know why restarting there, to be quite frank. So let me just have a look. I'll see what's happened and we'll try and get going once again. But once again, All right, Alex, you're out to see United get battered. Wow. That is rash from Ben, who's talking about Man United versus West Ham. Which is obviously not going to happen because Man United have been easily the best team in the Premier League right now. Even some would say the world. But you know, it's okay. Right, let's have a look. See what's going on, because I actually... When did that happen? I'm currently looking at... What? Is that an LP? A flying car? Of Pascal Gill. I'm watching Casper. I'm looking at Casper Flack. This is on lap 6, so this is after the restart was called. Now I'm just going to have a quick look at lap 1. Because apparently something happened on lap 1 with Blue Star. Did straight line. Pascal Gill. I don't think that's worth a restart. To be honest with you, I don't. I mean, that shouldn't be a restart, to be quite frank. But basically what's happened on lap 1, so this was called very late. On lap 1, that Blue Star at turn number 4 just went flying down at turn 5 and hasn't... He's took out... who was it? Pascal Gill. I think he might have got front wing damage. Anyways, right, I'm going to head to the intermission for a few minutes and just have a look at what's happened. I don't know why it's called so late, but we are going to get a moment going in a few minutes. Apologies. Update, I'm now 75 years of age and we're still not rated up for the next lobby. Right, anyway. We think we're doing it without AZR this time. Blue Star's gone. Put an essay in the chat. And apparently he thought it was a... What did he put? His ping was really bad because he thought it was a different server or something anyway. But anyway, yeah, we're going to go without AZR. We're going to get race going sometime today. Okay, he thought it was NA or something. We've lost another one. I don't know what's going on. I think we are going to get going though. 1 point today. Hopefully. Let's Ryan Mod was in. I think he's the final man to join. Yeah, we've got everyone apart from Hassett. Oh no, we've got Neo Stick. Who's missing? We've got Hass and who's missing? RSC driver, that was the one who got taken out. Pascal Gill? Oh, he's in, he's ONB. ONB. USB. Wake me up before we go. Because, have a nappy. Right, we have got 18. We're missing... one RSC, I don't think it's joining. And hopefully we get readied up today. Alright. Hopefully get ready up. Yes, right, ready up. 20 seconds until we get in. I'm going to start again. 25 laps. And should get going. But anyway, long story short, the AZR driver was lagging a lot and straight lined down at turn 5. That's a pre-race screen. Let's have a look. See what's going on in world. Look what we've done to the world. Look what we've done. Yeah, long one. That could be in the 24-hour. Happy on 22nd. If you don't know about that, then you're not a real one, but be there. I'd recommend it. Donate some money. It's a great event. I think I raised over 2k last time. I shaved Nathan's head. Hopefully the milestones are even better this time. Great, chaps. Finally down in the pit lane again. And we're ready to go. For another 25 laps. Look what we've done to the world. Put some questions in the chat. Come on, I need more active chat. Come on, guys, get in chat. Here's something to work off. If there's another safety car in the first 8 laps this race now, honestly, I think the wind over there, off all of it. We'll probably start screaming restart as well, which ain't going to help the chat. But anyway. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We head for the second time of round number 10 here at Las Vegas. As the silence breaks and the battle begins. Tomasetto Alaya did a pretty decent start down to turn 1 once again. An inside line for Mikhail Kazela on Zalambida. Outside line, can he recreate it around the outside for Kazela? Cannot. So what was challenging for a lead last restart is now lost position to Zalambida at P2. As you head down to turn number 5, inside line looking for Dennis Kamensky. And Tomasz Kokeni getting past Lawrence Patton too. And so far, it's a good first sector for Tomasetto Alaya. Does break away, so up further back in the pack. And Neo Staines, Alex Osena's going side by side with Lawrence Patton. Inside line for the next corner, who easily makes that position. And can defenders too, doesn't go into one there. And at the moment, flies up to turn number 12. Is looking for a back. Ryan Modler looking for a move on Pascal Gill, Abdullah Bulak, Casper Flack, Lawrence Patton, all going side by side. It's very tricky to make moves at turn 12. As if you hit the curb, you could go flying into one another. Further up the pack. All in that slipstream. It's very close here at the back. Lawrence Patton trying to get past. Ryan Modler trying to get past. It's all side by side by side. It could go 3 wide with the inside of Ryan Modler looking to get through, but at the moment no one can see through. No DRS at this time, but it's not really going to matter when it does get open. Here is Oliver Knott on the way down to turn number 1. And inside line looking very, very deep there on the inside on Dennis Kamensky, who needs a place for the championship. And also getting involved is Michael Kazela. Can he make a move around the outside there? Might just turn into the inside if he gets a good run out of sector 1. Casper Flack, I think something's happened to him as he's dropped down to P17. That's no good for SCI. Inside line, it will be for Michael Kazela, who does defend that position. We'll have a look further back, see if Casper has damage or any sort. I think something happened to him in that first sector. Unless it was Joaquin. Can't see any damage on the Alpine, so it might not have been him, but he has lost significant position from the start of the race. Out front, Tomasetto Alaya in strong, 7.5 tenths out in the lead. Needs that when the DRS gets opened. And further back, let's look back in the midfield pack as well. Is who be looking close on the exit of Tomasz Kokeni in that slipstream. But it's all about the straight line speed. What setups are these guys using? And Ryan Modler, has he dropped out of DRS on Alex Osena's? That would be really, really crucial for the pack there. 1.5 seconds is that gap. And coming to turn number 12, just coming into a second. And that could be very, very crucial for the race. And if the pack does split into 2, very close, needs to push on though. On this next sector, getting DRS, as actually Ryan Modler appears not to have that front left end plate. That's probably why he is struggling. He has got back into the DRS. Did he get it in time though? I don't think he did. Is there? His wing is shut and the DRS is closed. And now Lawrence Patton needs to opt to make a move as soon as he possibly can. There's a struggling Ryan Modler. Will be struggling in the middle sector. Unless the guys in front battle as Neo Staines looks to make a move onto Hoobit, the RSC driver. On lap 3 out of 25. Hopefully we can get past lap 5 this time around. And complete this Grand Prix at some point this year. But Neo Staines now under pressure, was looking to put pressure on, now under pressure from Alex Osena's. Ryan Modler has got back in that DRS with these guys fighting up above. And that's crucial for Ryan Modler, who looks to make a move further through and defend his position from Lawrence Patton, the NT driver, with that damage. I'll look further front now, as very, very close up front with Oliver Knott, Mikhail Kazela and Zalambida. The battle for the top 5. Dennis Kamensky also in this squabble. Here comes Oliver Knott, though, down the inside at the final turn. Can he make it side by side? Absolutely can. Important up to turn number 1. Can he make it for Zalambida as well? He looks to the inside on the Mercedes. Not 1 move, but 2. He gets it on the FVR driver of Makar Kozela, but I don't think he can make it on Zalambida this time around. He's going to have to wait another few corners at least to put a challenge up to turn number 5. DRS open for the pairing. Who's got the better exit? As Kozela cuts out of the slipstream. That's Oliver Knott through. Got some feisty pace from Knott, who is looking to deny Zalambida and get himself up to P2 in this event. All 18 drivers still with us in this race, as so far still very close. Dennis Kamensky also is very close to the back of Michael Kozela, who's definitely struggling for a bit of pace so far. Can't exactly keep too close to the car in front. He's definitely struggling to do so, as he's actually covering the inside line now already and looking to the inside of Oliver Knott. But so far on the exit, looking strong as this top 5, but anyone could come on top. Casper Flack, he's fighting with Jürgen Wiglin, who's spent spinning at turn number 14 and 15, and then on the exit of 16. And that's Jürgen surely out of that one. I think got a bit of wing damage as well. Dennis Kamensky very close to the back of Mikhail Kozela. And down at turn number 5, it's very close behind. I think that is Lawrence Patton wobbling side by side. There's Ryan Modler going for a dive. Switch back from Alex Osenas. Lawrence Patton also in this squabble. And who can come out on top so far? It is looking like Ryan Modler defends his place. But the race definitely settling at this point. The midfield fight well and truly on. And on to lap 5, we have got further than we did last time without a safety car, which is absolutely brilliant news. But the top pack calming down, the midfield pack still absolutely piping hot and fighting for position. But along DRS train always gets interesting when they do come into the pit. The 2 test drivers up in P1 and P5. SCI not looking too great in P6 and P17. Definitely more than that close in on the test drivers, or at least keep it close heading into the final 2 rounds. It was 2 points, and now it's looking to open up quite significantly in Tess's favour. We'll have a look at Dennis Kamensky though, down at turn number 1, looking to make the move on Kozela in the FVR Red Bull. Inside line once again. Turns into the outside line for Dennis Kamensky. And it's close on the route down to turn number 5, but this time around it is Mikhail Kozela who's got the inside line, defends once again. Kamensky looking to challenge, but not close enough this time around. We'll have to wait until maybe here. Look at that type of move into turn 7 and turn number 8. Atmosphere round the outside, turns into the inside low for turn number 9 as Kozela does defend it. But Kamensky looking to get through as soon as he possibly can. He knows he's going to be tricky on the route down the Las Vegas Boulevard. And now Gabriel Quintino looking to make a move round the outside, turn number 12. He's using a bit of battery quite well there. And good move from Quintino. Fantastically capitalised on Kamensky. And that's 1 place gained over Tess for SCI. And it's Quintino who makes it. Kamensky couldn't make the move on Kozela. And Quintino make the move on Kozela. This would be a fantastic charge on the hard compound tyres. Inside line for Quintino. Saved his battery and flies through on not Kamensky, not just Kamensky's title fighter, but Kozela too, and gets 1 car between the pairing. Oliver Knott and Zalambida fighting side by side as Oliver Knott gets through and into P2. And a nice move for himself. Now maybe can challenge for this race win. But Oliver Knott looking strong at the moment. And Kamensky still defending out there from Kenny. as the FVRs look to work together to gain an extra place so far. And the test driver, what was challenging for P5, or P4 should I say, is now looking back to try and fend off this P6 as Kilkenny looks to close in and make a move as well. Ryan Modler struggling with the wing damage inside line. It will be for the Red Bull and the FVR driver of Tamas Kilkenny on the exit. Cannot make this one stick though. He's got the inside line at turn number 9. It's close between the pairing, Kilkenny and himself, separated by nothing at the moment. And there goes Kilkenny in the FVR. And Kamensky is falling to pieces. And these last 2 laps he's lost from the top 5 into P7. And Kamensky needs to look forward from here, because for open stint from himself. Kozela has lost out of the DRS. Has he got DRS on the route down to turn number 14? I don't think he does. So is that the, yeah, for 1.4 seconds is that gap. Michael Kozela in P5 to Gabriel Quintino. He's going to be happy with that one for himself. He's pushed on, and now Kozela's going to have to respond. Kamensky is still fighting with the FVRs. There's Tamas Kilkenny. Needs to defend this one. He's only just got through. Kamensky knows he's got pressure on him from behind of Tahubi. As we head into turn number 5, inside line for Kamensky, looking to make the move. Now needs to look to behind to defend from Zahubi, who's looking to make a pitch-perfect move. He's looking outside line at the sphere. But at the moment, and not get through. Now Kamensky needs to turn defence into attack on Kilkenny if he possibly can. Quintino also very close is Alan Bida. Quintino on the harder compound tyres, though his tyres will go into favour this phase of the race. On lap number 8, medium's fading away for himself. Quintino on the exit of turn number 12, flies through turn number 13, and on the route to 14, 2.5 tenths of a second, and might not be close enough this time around. Oliver Knott, on the other hand, is he challenging a leader of Tomasetto Elia to the inside line? Can he make a dive? This time around he cannot, and it's close but not close enough to make that move as we head to the final corner once again. We've got our first pit stop of Michael Kozela, Neo Staines, Ryan Modler all in. Now I want to see now if Ryan Modler does come into pit for that front wing. He does not, so yeah, crucially he's going to keep the track position and that time in hand. And onto the hard compound tyres. The medium runners pitting in this phase of the race. And coming out in PA 15, 16 and 17. So they're not going to have any traffic ahead of them really. Apart from Ryan Modler and Drastic Blaze. And yeah, needs to push on to make the undercut work in this stint. Out front, Tomasetto Elia, 4 attempts clear of Oliver Knott, who looking to challenge for the race. He's in a good position to do so, especially when it comes to the final few laps of the race. If they are this close, they'll go in Oliver Knott's favour with the DRS, and it'll be all about battery management in that phase. Gabriel Quintino knocking on the door to Alan Bida. He needs every position he can get for the SCI team. His teammate all the way down in P13, and the back runners of everyone who hasn't pitted so far. Oliver Knott takes the race lead, then down at turn number 14, and easily flies through with the DRS. Tomasetto Elia doesn't put on a challenge. And let's see what the hard to medium does for a few of these drivers too, and see if it can work out for him as Quintino is getting front on Bida as he's into the pit lane. Let's see where he feeds out from P9s. I can't get him there. I can't pick him up. Bida, there he goes. So from the front, going out the pit lane, where's he going to feed out in compared to the guys who have already stopped in this race? 15 laps to go. We've had just under half race distance. Going to come out in P12 and ahead of Mikhail Kazela, who's also going to look follow him through on a few of these drivers ahead. Stops earlier. And a few out there will be prioritising track position and the overcut, then the undercut. But these medium runners of Oliver and Tom Settle are going for 1 lap longer. I think they will stop this lap though, as it will be important for the strategies to not get undercut by too much, as that will leave FD challenge for the end of the race. Well, I'm interested to see when Quintino and Tomaszko Kenny come into the pit lane. They're probably coming at a lap 15 mark, and if they can leave it a lap later or so, it would be better for them. There's Neo Staines and oh, that's interesting actually. Dennis Kamensky getting overtaken from Neo Staines, and this could be crucial for track position. There goes Ryan Modler, who has that wing damage, still outside line for Dennis Kamensky. Had a bit of a scrappy first stint and come into the second stint, still squabbling out on track as Oliver Knott is into the pit lane. Dennis Kamensky does get through on Ryan Modler, but needs to make it on Neo Staines too, as that track position could be crucial to gain on the guys in front. And Zalan Bida and Mikhail Kazela also will be making inroads on the TES car, who stayed on extra lap for a bit more tyre wear in his favour and the tyre offset, but yeah, maybe not worth it, as he's already lost crucial amounts to the likes of Oliver Knott, Mikhail Kazela and Zalan Bida. Oliver Knott comes out in P10. He's come out behind Zalan Bida and Mikhail, but has a lap newer tyres than Bida and 2 lap newer tyres than Mikhail Kazela. We'll have a look at the track advantage at the moment. Danico obviously full positions, but yet to stop. And the top 7 still yet to stop in this race. And Quintino takes the lead of the race then on the harder compound tyres. Makes sense. Medium runner of Thomas Etalaya will come into pit on this lap, surely enough. And yeah, heads to the inroad and we'll head into the pit lane. So it's right on board with Thomas Etalaya. Let's see where it comes out in comparison to the likes of Oliver Knott, Zalan Bida and Mikhail Kazela. Will he be within that DRS? Will he be easily fighting in this pack? There's Lawrence Patton, Alex Osenas, all promoted. Casper Flack going long. He's on the harder compound tyres too, hoping for a safety car really in this race that'll ignite his race for SCI. As there goes the Aston Martin just ahead of his teammate Dennis Kamensky on 2 lap newer tyres. He's behind Neo Staines and in P11 out on track. Got a bit of work to do then on the harder compound tyres, a few moves to make. And Alan Bida behind original race leader Mikhail Kazela then in P7, as he's also closing in to the long running Casper Flack on the harder compound of tyres. Out front at the moment is Gabriel Quintino on the hards, and 3.6 seconds clear out front and running long in this phase. Just running over half race distance. Quintino still out there, out on track. Oliver Knott's making a move on Zalan Bida up to turn number 13 and 14 there. And crucial move for himself. Alex Osenas in the pit lane. So is Danny Coe. They've been running long. And on the medium compound tyres too, into pit lane we'll have the tyre offset on the hards. But Oliver Knott now close to Mikhail Kazela and is in a really strong position for the race win, Oliver Knott. But now it's all about track position, where you want to be, heading on to the final few laps. And over half race distance, pit stops happened. These guys getting really, really close. And now with Kasper Flak 2, Neo Staines and Dennis Kamensky also squabbling for position side by side as Neo tries to keep the place. And now it's close with Mikael Ksela and Oliver not looking to the inside line. His car's absolutely everywhere at this phase. We head up to turn number 12. Zelan Bida, Mikael Ksela, and the lead runner of Kasper Flak of this train holding these guys up is the SCI driver. Is trying to help his teammate Gabriel Quintino in the lead of the race. There's absolutely cars everywhere in this phase. 4, 5, 6 and 7 cars squabbling everywhere. There's a huge picture, nearly 6 wide, with Kasper Flak still at the lead of this pack. And his front wings everywhere, his cars absolutely everywhere, his carnage at turn 14. There's a huge crash there. I mean, that is unbelievable. And that is a safety car waiting to happen. Mikael Ksela's in the air. I mean, I'm absolutely in disbelief for what I've just seen. Wow. I mean, that's definitely not what you want to see. I mean, I want to... Racing standards has not been the forte of this race because it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. Surprised not saying restart for that because that is absolute madness. Kasper with an absolute assassination move, fighting with these guys, trying to help his teammate, but then there's teamwork and then there's that. That's not what you want to see. At all. That is not what you want to see. Anyway, Quintino out on track. Is he going to get a chance to come into the pit lane? I don't think he will, to be honest. From where he is, no, he's not. It's going to go green flag running. He's still got quite a decent gap, though, to be fair. And when he heads on to the medium compound tyres till the end of the race. But Quintino out front then. And we'll have a look back to this pack. Who has got damage? Zelan Bida out front. And what's happened to the test drivers? Aaliyah and Dennis Kamensky. What's happened to them? Have any of them got damage? Onto medium compound tyres. Have a look at tyres. Because, yeah, a lot came into stop there. With Dennis Kamensky coming to stop. And it's all flipped on its head for the test drivers. And Kasper Flak just behind. I mean, unbelievable scenes on lap 14 there. But yeah, Kamensky then. Danny Coe. He's in a great position on the hard compound tyres. At the stage we are at. And then the front three still yet to stop. And might get a free pit stop to some of these guys who were out there in a strong position to win. Oliver Knott down in P13 on the medium compound tyres was looking for a race win. Now let's see what happens to him in this phase. But we've definitely had some interesting fights and incidents happen. One caused the restart, and that, I mean, is just shambolic at turn number 14. For a standard we should be driving, I mean, that's simply carnage. And going 5 or 6 wide down to turn number 14. And the SCI driver, Kasper Flak. I mean, was it his fault? We'll have to wait until the stewards make their mind up there. But Quintino still out front. Zelan Bida on 2-bit. Getting close to the pairing. Alex Osena's flying through on Drastic Blaze. And Gabriel Quintino finally into stop. So we're going to the medium compound side. Let's see where it comes out in terms of his teammates. And Dennis Kamensky, who's coming out of the final few corners. He's heading out of turn number 1 now. This is huge for Quintino. He's going to come out in P2. So SCI, because of that incident, 1 down in P12, but 1 in P2 on fresh medium compound tyres. And with the car behind on 5 lap old hards, is in a great position to win the race. because of Casper Flack's incident. I mean, wow. It all flipped on its head. SCI on track, take the championship lead, head into the final 2 rounds. You've got to do what you can do. Let's see what happens in the steward's room as well after that incident. But 9 laps to go. Quintino in, and I mean, net lead in this race. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I'd like to think what other people think of that incident there. Mario Kart suits him better than throwing some bananas. I mean, yes. I don't know. I don't know where to or what to say to that incident, to be honest. Into the pit lane is Tamas Kokeni. He might have an opportunity as well to fight for a pretty decent position for FPR. There was already looking pretty decent, to be honest, in some earlier squabbles. I don't know if I can't tell if that was in the first race. I can't remember now. After the restart we had on lap number 5 on the previous race. But lovely run there. And yeah, Tubi down in P2. Quintino in the lead by 2 seconds. Zalambida behind Tahubit. And he's just looking to try and get on the podium. Ryan Modler also. And I think he's still got his front wing damage. He's actually doing a pretty decent job out on track. In P4, front left end plate damage, and arguably the most important end plate to lose. As Neo Staines is out of the session. He's left. He's done. Now let's have an update on Dennis Kamensky and the other TES driver. Looking to get back in the top 10. There's Casper Flack, 4.1 seconds back. And Tomasetto Alaya, who was looking for a race win, is now 3.7 seconds behind Oliver Knott, who's also miles out of it in this phase of the race. Looking further up though, we've got Tamas Kokeni making some moves on Drastic Blaze and up into P7. And Abdullah Boulaish in the top 6 as well. The race fully flipped on its head. Have a look, actually interesting. Yeah, let's have a look at this. The Ryan Modler up 13 positions, up to P5 from P18. I mean, it's a track where carnage does tend to happen, and we have absolutely seen it. For the VNT driver, up 13 positions with wing damage, is running an absolutely spectacular race. From where he's been and what he has done, he's done absolutely phenomenal to get himself where he is, and he deserves it. He's picked up the pieces. And so is Alex Osena's, up 7 positions. Then looking at the race leaders, the Hubit up 8 on P10. Gabriel Quintino up 3 positions, and he's been in the right place, right time due to them incidents. Abdullah Boulaish up 6, then Drastic Blaze up 6, Danico up 7, then Tomasetto Alaya, the big loser, down 13, and Mikhail Kozela on course for maybe even a podium, down 14 positions. And it's been a disaster race from that incident on, but no safety car, just a VSC. And now it's that phase where got 7 laps to go. Quintino looking on course. I mean, to win the race, he's 4 seconds clear of a guy who's on older tyres than him. Doesn't really need to push too hard. And Zalambida really close up to turn number 1 on 2, but this is going to be a good fight for the podium. And Ryan Modler 2 also getting involved in the top 5. But yeah, 6 laps to go. And what has been a long race day due to the restarts, due to a bit of chaos. And getting warmed into it in this race is that top 5 battle. Drastic Blaze on Dennis Kamensky. That's going to be a close fight, as looking to stay with Dennis Kamensky, who's in P10 at the moment. Himself back into the top 10. And let's see where he can push on from here. Danico ahead 3.8 seconds, closer, far from Lawrence Patton. Then Zalambida now very close to the back of Tubi. See what happens between these. Can anybody make an impact? Anybody get himself onto the podium positions? And here comes Zalambida, looking for the fight up for T2. Gets past the Hubit. Here comes Alex Osenas as well. Will be a fantastic podium for himself. Down the inside of Zalambida up to P3, and that's a sweet spot in this fight. As you can battle for the P2 on the final lap, if you can save battery well enough. And yeah, does it well enough. Gabriel Quintino's in again. Interestingly in again. I don't think he'd have to stop again, but he has gone for the 2-stop onto the softer compound of tyres. Quintino, he's not. Now I'm confused. So maybe stop too soon then. Come out behind Casper Flack. Onto the softs for the final 5 laps. I thought he was in a race winning position. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think he'd have to stop again. He did stop at around lap 16 mark. 9 laps on medium should be doable. And I mean, that is, yeah, as Oliver Knott makes a move past him as well from the soft compounded tyres. I mean, that's very confusing. That is very confusing. Quintino's losing a lot of time on the softs. I don't know what he's done there. I don't know why he's done that. This race has been very confusing. My brain is fried on F1 League racing right now. Zalambida's leading the race. Alex Osena's in P2, Tubi's in P3. These guys, I mean, apart from Zalambida, I didn't think would be the main race lead fight in this race. And no offense to the guys behind, but there's a huge fight happening, and now the race has been absolutely flipped on its head. And with 4 laps to go, Zalambida is in the driving place. Is in the driving spot to be the race winner, unless Alex Osenas can make that impact. As Gabriel Quintino loses another position to Tomasetto Olaya. Lawrence Patton makes a move on Ryan Modler. And up to P5. But main fight now is the race lead fight. I mean, a quick look at chat as well, see what you've all been saying. There's Gabriel Quintino. I thought he had left the session. He's going very, very slow. So yeah, just went for softs and left the session. And yeah, it does make it fair to what I did to everyone else. And I mean, yeah, I agree. Obviously, with a bit of, I don't want to say it, quite a big statement to me, but a bit of race fixing going on between the SCI drivers. Yeah, I guess it does make it fair for what happened in the earlier instance. Thomas Kokeni goes to the inside line onto Hubi. And Kokeni, he's had an adventurous race up and down the order, but in P3 at the minute, could have a chance of winning the race if push is on. But he's got 4 laps to make a move on Alex Osenas and Zalambida to win the race. But 3 laps to go. Close. And at the moment, heading to turn 5. I mean, it'd been magnificent for these guys in the top 5 to win a race. Ryan Modler still needs to try and defend from Abdullah Boulay, who will be closing in due to his front wing damage. And Boulay trying to get ETA up into the top 6. But we head up to turn 12 for the 22nd time. 27th, including the last race. and see if anyone tries to make a move in this phase. But we head up to turn number 14. And Alex Osenna is closing in as we head towards the braking zone. Inside line for the Kickstarter and the OMB driver, who's looking to try and chalk a race win on the cards for the team. Osenna does make his way into the race lead, but still, 3 laps to go. It's going to be hard to defend, especially down the back straight on the final lap. Here comes Tamas Kokeni, and now it's a bad time and a bad place for Alan Beeder to be in. Down the inside for Kokeni in the Red Bull, and the TRT driver tries to defend but cannot do anything about it. There goes Kokeni, gets the place up into P2, and Alex Osenna's in the lead. I mean, perfect way to do it. But now Kokeni is going to be looking to apply the pressure to the race leader and the Onibi Esports driver in the Kickstarter. And don't counter back, runner out, because he always comes by back. Everyone's still, all 10 teams have good skill. That's why they're in this competition. Anyone could win at any event. You just got to be in it. Right place, right time. And Alex Osenna's from P11 in the race lead. It's done an absolutely magnificent job. Give himself the opportunity. He's lap 23 out of 25. And 7.5 attempts is the gap from Osenna's to Tamas Kokeni. And Zalan Bida, can he fight his way back into this one? Or anybody else as we head into the final stage of the race? Gabriel Contino has disconnected from the session, so he's out of it. Down at P15. That's why he boxed for the softer compounder tyres. And yeah, it would have been an interesting one to see in the stewards as well. But Oliver Knotts makes his way up to P11. And at the moment, the championship in terms of teams, SCI in P10 and P15, Tess in P9 and P13. Not a great event for both teams after that incident. Would have been a win for Tomasetta Walaya, but that got taken away and is now eyes on Brazil. What happens over there for any team to make inroads or take a dominant victory or some dominant points in the championship? Alex Osenna's 4 attempts clear this time around, been closed in the first sector from Tamas Kokeni on the penultimate lap of the Grand Prix. And in spectacular terms, the Onibi driver could be on for the race win. Kokeni wanting to take that away from him for FVR would be a great win for himself. Zalan Bida in P3, Tubi in P4, Lawrence Patton in P5. And on this penultimate lap of racing, is anybody going to go opt for the moves? Zalan Bida, out of all these drivers, and Tahubi need to make moves if they want to be in prime position for the final lap, going past the Hard Rock and down past the Eiffel Tower. There's inside line. It will be for Tamas Kokeni. He's going to go for the race lead on the penultimate lap of the race. And head on to the final lap, we're going to have a new race leader of Tamas Kokeni. Alex Osenna is going to be in a decent position then to fight back on the final lap on the harder compound tyres. It's going to be close between the pairing. Who's going to get the better first sector and second to fly away before turn number 12, the all-important turn number 12. That exit will be crucial. Zalan Bida and Tahubi has been silenced in the background. It's all between these guys. The Onibi Esports driver of Alex Osenna's, then Tamas Kokeni, the FBR driver, who's came out of nowhere in this one. So has all of the top 3, really, apart from Zalan Bida, who is looking good in qualifying too. Tamas Kokeni in the race lead by 4/10 of a second in the middle sector. Can Alex Osenna close in or keep the gap close enough to fight down to turn number 14? This would be a huge, huge win for Onibi Esports here in Champions Esports Series. I mean, on the exit of turn number 9, the gap just over 0.6 of a second. Needs to close in that slipstream. Flat out, use battery if you need, if you've got enough saved up, but you want to save it all mainly for the back straight. As we'll ride on board with the Onibi driver on the exit, takes a tight line over the curb. Now it's all about battery usage. Now it's all about precision. I think it's enough for Tamas Kokeni, but it's all about the later stages of this straight. Closing in that slipstream will be Alex Osenna's with the DRS, which will be open now for the OMB driver. It's the main final breaking point, but I think it's going to go to Tamas Kokeni on the exit. Zalan Bida and Tubi fighting for the final podium place. Zalan getting ahead so far, but it's a race to the line. It's a drag race to the line. Tamas Kokeni's got the exit, so I think it's going to be for FBR after absolute nowhere. There's carnage in the race here, round 10, but Tamas Kokeni wins the Las Vegas Grand Prix. It's close behind, but it's Tahubi who takes P3 over Zalan Bida. Alex Osenna's a huge P2 for Anibi Esports, and nearly a race win for a second there. But Tahubi and Zalan Bida fighting to the line, and it's Tahubi who comes out on top. And it's Lawrence Patton in P5, Abdullah Boulaish in P6, Ryan Modler in P7. Then it's Dennis Kamensky for the championship leading team. Tess, who takes P8, Danny Coe in P9, Oliver Notwell could have been a race win down in P10 after the incident earlier on in the race. Then it's Thomas Etewalaya also maybe on for a race win in P11. Casper Flack, Pascal Gill, Drastic Blaze, Mikael Kazela, and Gabriel Quintino, final race win runners. He'll be coming across the line in a few moments' time, but wow. Carnage there as I head to my camera as well. It's not that. The camera, I mean, that was well done, Tamash. But I mean, yeah, I mean that incident is controversial. Anyone could have. I agree with Leonardo Todoletto there. That is a great comment. He could have done. He could have won it. You never know. But no, that race was just a mess. I think the race as a whole was a bit of a mess. We had the restart, and let's go bananas. Yes, Daniel, you already know. It was just a scrappy event, that. And the championship battle between Tess and SCI going to be extended out front for Tess, but anyways, I mean, the race is done. The race is over. And I'll run you through the final order. So it's Tamas Kokeni in P1, it's Alex Osenna's, and then Tahubi, Zalan Bida, Lorenz Patton, Abdullah Bulak, Ryan Moller, Dennis Kamensky, Ryan Coe, Oliver Knott, Thomas Etewalaya, Casper Flack, Pascal Gill, Drastic Blaze, then it will be Mikael Kazela, then Gabriel Contino a lap down after that disconnect. Race over, race day done. I think finally it's been done, to be honest, because that was a very interesting one. Apart from that, let's see who you've got next week, because hopefully it'll run a bit smoother than that. It is me next week as well for Brazil, so I'll see you on the 17th of February. Hopefully for a more upbeat race with no restarts and no chaos. But we'll have to wait and see. You never know what happens nowadays with F1 Esports. But apart from that, chaps, we'll have a look at next week. It will be Brazil, then Saudi Arabia. Then we'll call it quits for the season, see who wins. And we'll head to the penultimate round. Yeah. Anyways, chaps, it's been a pleasure. We'll see you next week for hopefully less carnage. Adios, amigos. Hurrah.